Hey everyone, Pat here, also known as Venei from Sensor Gaming, and I am about to do a quick tutorial, or a quick, not really a tutorial, but a quick guide on how to play Yuumi, that cat, that cat support. Alright, so I am going to play with my buddy here, Babito, also known as Anjo. We're going to queue local, or rather, just a normal queue, not ranked. So on parts, I may need to fast forward the video so as not to lengthen the actual guide. But don't expect me to be really good. This is just based on my observations. Again, I'm going to use Yuumi, that cat support that attaches to champions. So as a Yuumi, your main goal is to ensure that your champions or your supported AD carry or whoever you're attached to does not die. And the reason why I'm going for Ignite and Heal is because I wouldn't really need Flash, provided that if you're a Yuumi main, once your carry dies, you're going to die eventually. So it's best just to have, go on the offensive with Ignite and Heal as opposed to Heal and Flash or whatnot. So for your spells, here's what you're going to do, or what you should be using. Here's what I use. Summon Airy for the heals, or for the shield, Mana Flow Band to increase your mana, Transcendence to increase your CDR, which is useful whenever you're bouncing from one champion to the other and healing them. At least it helps you reduce your cooldown. Scorch is for that poke when you do your Q. I'll show that later. Demolish on your secondary so as to help push lanes. Second Wind, provided that you take damage from a champion, you will be able to heal that. And Adaptive Force and health, or rather armor. Again, the reason why I have Summon Airy is to provide shields further, as opposed to just healing them when you attach from one champion to another. And again, Demolish would help you push the towers. Okay, there we go. So for your initial items, definitely you're going to get Spell Thief's Edge as your support item, Mana Pots, and your ward. Eventually you're going to place that trinket with an Oracle Lens. You start with the first skill that you're going to level up would be Q. Attach yourself to the carry. Now the items that you're going to pick up for Yuumi would be situational, depending on the lineup, but normally I would aim for Ardent Censer and Athene's Holy Grail as my first core items. Okay. Right, attaching myself to Lucian. Now it's important as a Yuumi player to proc your passive, is because it helps you regain mana, and of course you're going to have a shield. Now whoever you're attached to will gain that shield as well. Alright. Do you see that Q? If you're not attached, the Q would just go in a straight line, but if you're attached to a champion, wherever your mouse pointer is, it's going to go there, so it's like a homing projectile. Let's try to harass. No. It gets some time to get used to. Even I myself not really fully proficient in using the Q. See, now Lucian has a shield. And I did regain some mana, and it has a cooldown so that you would then know when to go for that auto attack again. And be careful on how you spend your mana, because the mana definitely takes a chunk whenever you use your skills. And I prioritize in leveling, maxing the heal. And once, if you notice that my W went on cooldown, is because once Yuumi gets movement impaired skills, once get hit by movement impaired skills, that skill will go on cooldown. Now the one good thing about W is because whoever you're attached to would gain additional damage, like for auto attacks. And as a Yuumi on the laning phase, it gets really boring. Why? It's because you just have to be wary or careful, vigilant on popping that passive, healing your carry, and poking with your Q. So for my first item, normally I would be going for Forbidden Idol, but since I don't have enough gold yet, I'm going to make most of my recall. So I'm going to get the Fairy Charms. And it's a big hassle that you won't be carrying boots as a Yuumi. So again, I'm prioritizing leveling up the heal. And you have to time when you're going to go out or detach yourself from your carry. Now what sets apart a good Yuumi from a bad Yuumi is knowing when to cast your ultimate, especially if it on a team fight. Just timing is of the essence. That's what it is really. And it's going to be automatic that you're going to pull your aggro, or you're going to get the tower aggro. Because it's how Yuumi was set to be. See how I went ahead and got my Forbidden Idol as my first item? So as to get that mana regen, and of course have that passive of CDR and shields. I got a double kill. Here goes my early item. Now the next item I'm going to pick up is, of course, for more mana regen. Now normally you should be building item for your Ardent Sensor, but you're not going to need the move speed. So instead, I'm going to build the component for Fiendish Codex, as it provides cooldown reduction. So I think I would already have the component for Ardent Sensor, but I'll do that on my next recall. Perfect. Next, I'm going to get Redemption. Currently, as you can see, I have 229 AP. It's because of my passive from the W skill. I think they're throwing the game. So again, it's really important as a Yuumi to know when so the set was too aggressive. I wasn't able to hop on in. Again, get all that mana regen as possible. Because during team fights, it's hard, or I find it difficult to detach myself from a champ, pop that passive, and then go back to the carry or go to a different champion. It's important to use a Oracle Lens, especially if you have a Teemo on the enemy team. As a Yuumi, it's important for you to get as many mana regen items. Also pop that passive to gain a shield, gain mana, and know when to switch from one teammate to another to help them live. And again, the items are going to be situational. You can like build a Morello if you have a champ, an enemy that has high on high steal. And there you go. You win. Of course, let's not forget to honor our teammate for doing a good job. Alright, so there you have it. And that is a basic or a simple guide on how to use Yuumi. Again, it's just some pointers. It's important when to pop your passive because early game Yuumi's spells cost a lot of mana, and popping that passive helps you regain that mana, gains a shield when you reattach yourself to a champ, that the teammate's going to get a shield as well, or going to benefit from the shield. It's also important to build mana regen items. The one good thing about mana regen items is normally all support items have that ability, or have that stat, as well as CDR. So all of those support items are going to benefit you all throughout the game. And it's also important to know when to buy situational items such as Morello or like Twin Ghost, so as to provide CC and whatnot. But the core items really, it's important, is to build Ardent Sensor, Athene's Unholy Grail, and Redemption. Those are the top 3 items, really. And there you have it, guys. That is a quick guide on how to play Yuumi. Thanks guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Again, in behalf of Center, my name is Venei, also known as Pat. You enjoy the rest of your day and have a good one. Bye guys.